Hi, I'm Rob, and next up in my Faction 500 series is the Dripping Caverns. Getting serious now in this series, things are getting really difficult. You need a nice horde level for this. 225 plus is recommended for this. It's a pretty tricky one, so make sure you've saved up your gold to get that horde level high. The team I'm going to go for this is Rock Squid and 3 times Shoggorath. Take a look at the other troops and see why I neglected a couple of other troops. Let's go down to Dripping Caverns. Alright, so we had the Cloak Mantle, didn't make it. Destroys magic +1 gems of the most used enemy mana colour and web the strongest enemy. But the trouble with that is there may not be many gems on the board for a start. It may not be a colour that we use because we only use 3 different colours. And webbing the strongest enemy may not actually be that useful sometimes because it actually may not technically be the one that does the most damage. So therefore, Cloak Mantle did not get in the team. Neither did Ochre Jelly. Create 10 gems of the most used ally mana colour and create 8 skulls. The mana bit is alright. It's not very much though, 10. It can create an extra turn obviously and be useful. But it's the 8 skulls which put me off this. The enemy hits way too hard to risk that, and 8 skulls is not a lot. That could easily set the enemy up for some skull hits instead, and even if it's I get a skull match which leaves them a skull match, that's not going to be too great considering the enemy hits so hard. So that didn't make it either. But Rock Squid and Shoggorath did. Rock Squid did because it reduces damage from skulls by 50%, which is really good. Then removes magic +1 gems of the most used enemy mana colour with no effect. So the spell sounds sort of useless, but it does gain 2 armor for each gem removed, and that actually helps it out quite a lot because that can be quite a significant amount over time. And it's the reduced damage from skulls by 50%, which is really useful, letting that survive longer if the enemy gets some random skull hits, which obviously we are trying to avoid. Shoggorath times 3, by far the best troop here. Silence and deal magic +3 true damage to the last and first enemies. Explode 5 gems of the most used ally mana colour. So true damage, silence and a mana gen. Really, really good. And enrage a random ally when an ally casts a spell is pretty cool too. So that is the team I'm going for this. The banner, I'm going to go for a frozen banner from Glacial Peaks. +2 blue, +1 purple, -1 red. So let's jump into the first room then. 3 times Neusha medals for this first battle. Nothing much to really worry about the enemy regarding status effects. Fixing my tea for luck. Do like to take the skull hits when they're there, even though they got 50% damage reduction as well. It's important to do. We don't want to take unnecessary skull damage at the same time. It's all about getting the Shoggoraths up. But there's no blue there, no purple, so we'll have to do something else. Alright, first Shoggorath is up. That one's about to cast. We can stop that in its tracks by casting our Shoggorath. No casting for you, matey boy. None of our colours are there, so we'll cast that one, gain some armour at the same time. Give him a skull bash back. Let's get our Shoggorath cast. And he's going to sort out the top troop with that skull hit, which means we can now silence the new top troop and kill off the second one. What we got next? No purple, no blue. Brown it is. We'll take it that way. Get a skull hit and some damage at the same time. The reason why I waited then, I didn't cast that Shoggorath straight away, is because if you can cast them both back to back, then obviously it's stronger because we could have finished off that top enemy. But because this one's now ready to cast, we're better off actually casting that one first. So it silenced them, so they no longer get the benefit of being able to cast. Get a bit more armour, and that little boost in armour can sometimes be helpful. Good old Delves giving you like a choice of one move most of the time. Or a lot of the time at least. You know how it goes in these things. And what we got? A skull hit to finish up on. Fairly easy first room. Oh, the genie, what you got? I don't care. Go away. Not interested. Be gone! Orc room. That's not too bad. But that's got the summon, which makes it slower. This can be tricky, this one. Entangle and Hunter's Mark the first enemy. Do damage if there are 13 or more green gems, gain an extra turn. Double skull damage versus entangled enemies. So we'd have to switch to Orpheus medals for this room already. Can't risk that entangle. But if we can get going first of all with this, we can silence them anyway. So still going to go for this room. If you want to play it safe though, switch to Orpheus medals. Better safe than dead. Let's see if we can get our Shoggorath up nice and quick. Get that top troop and bottom troop silenced. No blue, no purple. No brown. No good for us. We'll take away something that the enemy likes, which is green, and set them up for a 4-match instead. What the heck? They pinched our... They pinched blue. I wanted that. Doesn't matter. Still done what we wanted, which was to get them, that top troop, silenced. A lot more blue and purple on the board now, which is of benefit to us. Oh, that's quite nice. All our Shoggoraths are ready, so we can just cast these now back to back. That's going to sort out the top the troop pretty quickly. In fact, we'll do that way. Always just look out for that sort of thing, because what that now means is when we cast our next Shoggorath, the next troop down becomes obviously the next first troop, which means they are now silenced instead. Rather groovy. Stop giving me cheeky skull hits. I don't like it. Right, we still need a bit more for our second Shoggorath, because we're going to have to cast twice to finish off these troops here. Don't mind taking that skull hit for the sake of getting another big bunch of purple. In fact, that worked out really good. Do that damage. Yeah, let's sort out that top troop. Only one to go. And done. On to the next. Who's it gonna be? Hammerclaw. Gains life. If there are 13 or more blue gems, gain 4 attack. Explode either a row or column. Reduce damage from skulls by 50%. So that's going to take a lot more hits on skulls. Does damage to an enemy if there are 13 or more brown gems, deal triple damage. And creates a dust storm, which is brown. But that kind of can work against it, because our rock squid here removes gems of the most used enemy mana colour, which may well be that troglodyte colour, so should be okay from that. And it does damage to an enemy and explodes blue gems. And Sea Troll doubles the number of blue and creates blue. So again, perfectly happy with my nice medals for this. It's one of those delves, even though it's near the end of the difficulty sort of thing, it's only difficult because it basically requires a high horde level. If you didn't have a high horde level, this is actually quite a nasty one to do. Some players watching this right now may think it's kind of easy and straightforward, but it's not. This on a lower horde level is actually pretty nasty and can be a proper pain. Right, let's get that silence going on straight away. No messing around. To get a bit of mana gen from it as well when it explodes gems. Wasn't going to get that, but I don't want to give him a skull hit afterwards. So I want to use this troop instead and give him a skull hit anyway. Oh, what the heck. It is what it is sometimes. Again, not going to do this one, because it sets him up for a skull hit. That gave us an extra turn instead. Happy days. And what we got? See, it kind of wants me to do that. But I refuse. You cannot make me do what you want to make me do. I do what I want to do. Do you see? Right, so I will take pretty much anything but that, to be honest. Shoggorath is ready again. Again, it wants me to set him up for a skull hit. So I will not. I will cast that and see what happens. And the game gave itself the skull hit that it wanted anyway. That's what it does. Right, what can we do here? No blue or purple, so let's see if we can get some mana that way. And that did charge up our other Shoggoraths, which is rather nice. We'll get those troops silenced straight away. No singing from you, Mrs. Mermaid Woman. Keep your infernal racket to yourself. Oh, another Skull Bash. Got to be a little bit careful. Keep an eye on it. If you need a little bit more armor, then cast that. Right, and that is, of course, yeah, another bonus skull hit. Let's get these things sorted out. See, if you're unlucky with this Shoggorath card, you can actually set the enemy up. But just be wary of your life. Alright, and on to the last one. So, same as before, but we've got to be a little bit careful now because they have a Shoggorath as well. Basically, the idea is that we get charged up on our Shoggorath first. It's in last place, so it'll be silenced. Ochre Jelly, got to be careful of that. If he gets lucky with those skulls, it can be slightly devastating. And we can get webbed, but yeah, I think we're going to be still good with our mana colours. Not mana colours, our medals. Oh, we had a nice start on purple out at the bottom, and then the Potion of Explosion just basically completely messed it up. We'll grab some purple. It's important we got our Shoggorath up nice and fast. We'll take that Skull Bash simply because we do not want to take it back ourselves. Right. First two Shogs are ready. First one is rather. Let's get them first and last troops silenced. And to do what we got, take that first. See what that sets up. Got to be wary of this thing when there's a lot of skulls on the board. This will reduce the number of skulls that are there. Let's cast that. Do it another two times quite quickly now, but now we're about to cast this one. Let's cast our Shoggorath, see if we get lucky with that. Let's cast this one again, see if the explosion helps us out. And with the top troop, that doesn't actually bother me in the least. And what should we do next? I think we cast our Shoggorath. Let's get them top two troops sorted out. That's going to be ineffective now because it's only removing one gem. So no point casting that while we're webbed. Little cheeky skull hit at the same time. Let's cast our Shoggorath. Or they managed to cast, but So now, well, if they were ready to cast, and you can cast with Shoggorath, that's when I would have cast it to stop them from casting. But now, there's no actual rush to cast. We might as well pick up some mana for our second Shoggorath instead. Oh, an extra turn there. Might have missed that last time. But that worked out really good. See, they're about to do this dangerous spell. Can't stop that because they are immune to all status effects. There's not many skulls there though. We've got barrier, so let's do that. Can't silence them because of their imperviousness. But like I said at the beginning of the game when I was picking my own troops, that spell can actually set you up for some pretty bad retaliation, which is exactly what happened to the AI. The AI cast that and it actually landed itself in trouble. You can do it again though. Right, so we just have that bottom troop to deal with. Right, so first wallop. See how lucky it gets with its skulls in a minute. We can't, oh we can reduce the amount of skulls out of there. So we'll do that. And again. Oh, but that worked out nice for him. Oh, that was a weird one. Skulls everywhere, and there's not a lot we can do about getting hit by at least one of them. We are going to win. I mean, I can just cast these back to back, and we're going to win. It's going to be very straightforward, but trying to do it without losing a troop, just cause. See if I can avoid losing a troop or not. I mean, that will remove gems of the most used enemy mana colour. Gain some life. That may set up a skull hit. It might not. Because I can't see a way of taking one skull, which actually... I mean, this one here only leaves one up the top. That is not too bad, I suppose. But let's see what happens, because we're going to explode some gems anyway. May get lucky. Let's do that again. And dead. So it did just about manage to do it without losing a troop. But yeah, it's a okay delve, that one. Just need a high horde level to make it comfortable. So there's a video. If you enjoyed it, found it useful or helpful, it'd be really cool of you if you bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching, and feel free to share the video amongst your friends, other Gems of War players, things like that, as those word of mouth referrals which really help the channel move on. But thanks for watching. Catch you again next time. Bye for now.